the expansive world of the Wheel of Time, few elements carry as much weight in terms of their complexity and potential consequences as Balefire. It is a weave of the one power that is feared, forbidden, and used only in the direst of situations due to its ability to destroy not just a person, but their very existence within the fabric of the pattern itself. While Balefire may seem like a straightforward weapon of destruction at first glance, its true nature goes far beyond simple annihilation. It's a force capable of unraveling the very threads of reality, altering time, and creating irreversible changes in the world. The fundamental nature of Balefire. Balefire is, at its core, a destructive weave of the one power, but its effects are unlike any other form of magic or weaponry in the Wheel of Time universe. When Balefire strikes a person or object, it does not simply kill them in a conventional sense. Rather, it burns their thread in the pattern, the metaphysical structure that weaves the lives, destinies, and events of the world. By burning this thread, Balefire removes the individual from existence entirely, erasing them from the flow of time and memory. The key to understanding Balefire is realizing that it does not merely erase the moment of death. It erases the entire existence of the person or object from the pattern, causing a ripple effect that can have profound consequences. The farther back in time the Balefire reaches, the more it alters. A weak Balefire may only erase someone's actions or presence for a few minutes, hours, or days. But a more powerful strike can wipe out their very existence in the grand design of the world, potentially erasing entire events, relationships, and histories. This ability makes Balefire one of the most dangerous and unstable tools in the One Power, and its use is strictly forbidden by the Aes Sedai, who are the primary channelers of the One Power. The deeper implications of this power give Balefire a unique place in the Wheel of Time series, as it constantly forces characters and the reader to confront the price of wielding such a force. The Forbidden Weapon. The use of Balefire is not something that is taken lightly in the Wheel of Time world. The Aes Sedai, the most powerful group of female channelers, have long prohibited its use for a simple reason: it disturbs the pattern. The pattern is a delicate construct that holds the universe together, weaving the lives of individuals, the flow of time, and the events that shape history. To tamper with the pattern by using Balefire is to risk unraveling the very fabric of existence itself. The ban on Balefire is grounded in a deep understanding of how the world functions. The Aes Sedai recognize that the pattern is not simply a passive series of events, but an active force that maintains balance. The slightest disturbance, especially something as extreme as the use of Balefire, can send ripples through time that alter not just the present, but potentially the past and future. This makes it an exceedingly dangerous weapon, one that is not only capable of erasing individuals, but entire histories. As a result, Balefire is viewed as a weapon of last resort. Only in the most extreme circumstances, when no other solution exists, would any channeler resort to using Balefire. Even then, its use is fraught with danger, and those who wield it must be prepared for the potential consequences that might come from meddling with time itself. The psychological and temporal effects. When someone is struck by Balefire, their entire existence is wiped from the pattern. On a psychological level, this means the individual ceases to exist not only in the present, but in all past and future moments as well. They are erased from history, and their actions, decisions, and influences are removed from the world. This erasure doesn't just affect the person's immediate existence, but has profound consequences on everyone around them. Relationships, events, and decisions that were impacted by the erased individual are also affected. In some cases, the person's absence might go unnoticed by others, but the shift can create unexpected and unintended consequences. These ripple effects are part of the reason why Balefire is so terrifying. It doesn't simply kill, it fundamentally changes the course of history itself. One of the most critical aspects of Balefire is its potential to undo moments that may seem trivial but, in the grand design of the pattern, are crucial. A single act that might have led to the downfall of a ruler, the success of a battle, or the formation of an alliance can be erased entirely. This raises the stakes for characters who might be tempted to use Balefire for personal gain or in the heat of a battle. While it may provide a quick solution, the long-term effects can be unpredictable and potentially catastrophic. Balefire and the Forsaken. While Balefire is banned by the Aes Sedai, it is not a weapon exclusive to those who follow the light. The Forsaken, the powerful and malevolent channelers who serve the Dark One, are among the few who use Balefire without the same moral restrictions. These servants of the Dark One are notorious for their willingness to exploit any means to achieve their goals, and Balefire is an integral part of their arsenal. The Forsaken's use of Balefire is often tactical, aimed at eliminating powerful enemies or disrupting the efforts of the forces of light. However, even the Forsaken are cautious in their use of the weapon. They understand the risks involved in manipulating the pattern and know that indiscriminate use of Balefire could have disastrous consequences, even for them. This is why the Forsaken generally reserve Balefire for situations where they see no other way to achieve victory. The Forsaken's ability to wield Balefire makes them even more dangerous, as they are already masters of manipulation and dark magic. The combination of their power with such a destructive force creates a unique and terrifying dynamic in the battle between the forces of light and shadow. Every time the Forsaken wield Balefire, they are playing a dangerous game, not just with their enemies, but with the very world itself. The role of Balefire in the Wheel of Time television series. The concept of Balefire has been faithfully brought to life in the Wheel of Time television series, with Season 3 marking a key moment in its visual portrayal. The destruction caused by Balefire is depicted with striking special effects that emphasize its reality-warping properties. In the show, Balefire is used in critical moments, underscoring its importance as a powerful yet dangerous tool. For viewers unfamiliar with the books, the introduction of Balefire adds a layer of complexity to the world. The show does a great job of explaining not just the immediate impact of Balefire, but also its far-reaching consequences. The visual effects help convey the sense of time being twisted and manipulated by the weapon, allowing audiences to understand the gravity of its use. Season 3, in particular, highlights the balance that characters must strike when deciding whether to use Balefire. The stakes become clearer as it is revealed that some characters are willing to sacrifice the stability of the world for the sake of victory, while others are more cautious, wary of the unintended consequences that might arise. Balefire and the concept of time. At the heart of Balefire's terrifying power is its ability to alter time itself. This sets it apart from other destructive forces in the Wheel of Time, making it not just a weapon of immediate effect, but one that has far-reaching consequences, especially concerning the linear flow of time. Balefire is unique in that it doesn't just erase an individual's presence in a moment, but erases their very existence from the pattern. The thread that represents them and their influence on the world is burned away, not only altering the present, but potentially rewriting the past and future. This disruption of time is an existential threat, as it runs counter to the very nature of the pattern, which relies on the consistency and interconnectedness of every individual thread. By erasing someone's existence, Balefire does not just change events, it can alter the course of history. For example, if an important historical figure were erased by Balefire, all their actions, alliances, and decisions could be wiped from memory. This could lead to a world without the events that person had a role in, creating an alternate reality. The larger the scope of the Balefire, the more dramatic the changes it causes. This concept of time being malleable under the influence of Balefire challenges the fabric of the world's stability. It's important to note that this tampering with time is one of the reasons why Balefire is so heavily feared. Time, in the Wheel of Time universe, is cyclical and inevitable, and actions to alter it may have repercussions that go beyond the immediate. The more characters use Balefire, the more it risks breaking the cycle, the very nature of the Wheel of Time itself. Balefire and the complexity of its users. While the Aes Sedai are known for their discipline and control over the One Power, the ability to wield Balefire places them in a moral quandary. Channeling Balefire is not just an exercise in power, it is an ethical decision that forces Aes Sedai to confront the potential chaos they may unleash. The deeper implications of wielding such a force lead to philosophical questions about morality, balance, and control. Characters like Rand al'Thor and Egwene al'Vere demonstrate the dilemma of using Balefire. Rand, as the Dragon Reborn, is often portrayed as someone willing to sacrifice everything to achieve victory, but even he shows hesitation when considering the use of Balefire. His eventual decision to use it is always tempered with the awareness that using such a weapon could have dire consequences. Egwene, on the other hand, represents the disciplined and measured approach of the Aes Sedai. While she may be tempted to use Balefire in the face of overwhelming threats, she fully understands the risks involved. Her internal struggle serves as a reminder that balance is key when dealing with forces like Balefire. Too much power used indiscriminately leads to chaos and the potential collapse of the pattern. Balefire in the context of the Last Battle. The Last Battle, or Tarmangaden, represents the ultimate confrontation between light and shadow in the Wheel of Time. It is the culmination of all the conflict and strife that has been brewing throughout the series. Balefire, in this context, becomes an even more significant weapon because of the high stakes involved. The actions of individuals in this final battle will determine the fate of the world, and Balefire is a weapon that can decisively shape the outcome. However, the use of Balefire in this context is even more perilous. In the Wheel of Time, the forces of light are well aware that they cannot afford to disrupt the pattern too greatly in the pursuit of victory. The Dark One, who represents the shadow, seeks to undo the world, while the forces of light strive to protect and maintain the pattern. Balefire, when used in such a high-stakes scenario, could result in catastrophic changes that might not even favor the light, as it risks unraveling the very fabric of the world they are trying to protect. During Tarmangaden, Balefire is employed on several occasions, and while it is used to destroy key enemies, such as the Forsaken, there is always the looming fear that using such a weapon might give the Shadow an advantage. As the last battle draws near, characters like Rand will likely struggle with this ultimate question. Is it worth using Balefire to eliminate an enemy, knowing that such an act could permanently alter the course of history? The symbolism of Balefire. Balefire, as a symbol within the Wheel of Time, serves as a potent metaphor for the dual nature of power. On the one hand, it represents ultimate power, the ability to alter the very course of time and erase anything or anyone from existence. On the other hand, it is a symbol of hubris, a warning against excessive control and manipulation. It highlights the danger of wielding too much power without fully understanding the consequences. The act of using Balefire forces characters to confront their own moral compass. In a world that often demands sacrifice, Balefire stands as a stark reminder that the pursuit of victory can come at an unimaginable cost. To wield such a force is to walk a fine line between achieving great things and unraveling the very world you are trying to save. For Rand al'Thor, the use of Balefire marks a key part of his journey. As he grows more powerful, he begins to accept that his journey is about sacrifice and surrender, but not in the conventional sense. Balefire represents not just the power he commands, but the cost of his leadership. By choosing to wield Balefire, he must reckon with the consequences of altering the pattern for personal gain, as the use of the weapon is never free of repercussions. In contrast, the Forsaken's use of Balefire is driven by their desire for dominion over the world, and their willingness to manipulate the fabric of reality to gain an upper hand in the ongoing battle against the light. Their use of Balefire is often reckless, a stark contrast to the more measured and cautious approach of Rand and Egwene. Final thought. Balefire is one of the most powerful and dangerous weaves in the Wheel of Time. It is a weapon of unimaginable potential, capable of erasing people and events from the very fabric of time. Its use is fraught with moral and existential implications, as each strike can potentially unravel the delicate balance that holds the world together. In the end, Balefire serves as a reminder of the cost of power. While it offers a quick and seemingly effective solution to problems, it also forces characters to confront the reality that tampering with the pattern can have far-reaching consequences. It's a weapon that challenges the very nature of existence, one that forces those who wield it to consider whether the price is worth the price of victory.